Good shot, kid. I think you got him. Good shot, kid. I think you got him.
Hello there, and welcome back to some more Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. Today we'll continue on Let's Play, and this is episode 9. In today's episode, we begin our look at Los Santos Collectibles and side missions as we take a look at the tags which are strewn around the place. There are 100 of these to spray over all over the map of Los Santos, but before you take on this Herculean task, you do of course need a lot of paint. For that, there is a spray can located in the bedroom of the Johnson house after the mission tagging up turf. Alternatively, and also please use this to get as much ammo as possible because you can essentially use these two locations and then go back and forth between them. There is a shop just behind your safe house, and on top of that shop is a spray can. It looks like you need a car to get up there, but you don't. CJ can climb up there. Alternatively, you can do this during the mission tagging up turf, as that does provide you with infinite spray can. However, I haven't done that due to the formatting of this LP, although admittedly, that'd probably be the one I'd recommend. Speaking of tagging up turf, 6 tags are covered during that mission, so I'm not going to cover them here because it's a bit pointless because you'll get them during a playthrough. Anyway, tag number 7 is here at the final building in Las Colinas. Tag number 8 is opposite the Colonel's house from Home Invasion, one that's pretty easy to spot if you're looking out for it during that mission, although it is at night, so that might make it slightly harder to see. Also, bear in mind you can get police attention from this. A lot of these do face towards roads, so be careful and wary of that, because technically, by the game's definition, spraying a tag does count as firing a weapon, as weird as that sounds. Tag number 9, just down the road, requires a little bit of parkour, but it's on top of a second story here. Not too bad to get off it. Really not that much parkour involved, but a little bit. Some of these are a little bit trickier to reach. Tag number 10 is on the hill above the Colonel's house. There's an arm pickup up here, which is really nice, but there is also a tag number 10, so simply climb over the wall and you can begin to spray it. There is a range on the spray can. It's actually pretty darn close. I would get as close to the tag as you can. Some people can find a way to do it from just the right distance, however. I mean, you could experiment with that if you want, however, I have not done so. Tag number 11 is on this sort of executive looking building, a little bit hard to see at night, as I do find some of the Vargos tags are the ballers ones, a little bit easy to see. Tag number 12 is in this parking garage, which interestingly, if you decide to go up a floor, you will find the NRG 500 Superbike, which is something I'm using to traverse the map here, as it's one of the fastest modes of transport in this game. Being a bike, it can get into small places. This is not a small place, however. Tag number 13 is in an open car park. This is where the mission just business ends, so you can maybe find it by accident if you do that mission, but if you can't, it's simply behind those little garages there. I think Big Smoke actually drops you off around there. Tag number 14 is on this snaking road, these sort of blue looking buildings here. Not a road that you'd go down very often in the story mode, but if you do go down there, chances are you will see that tag standing out to you. Tag number 15 is just down this set of stairs in the first alleyway into Las Colinas. As you can see, here it is on here. There's a pedestrian spawning in here, which is a little bit weird for an alleyway in this game. Then again, it is a pretty darn big alleyway. And as you can see, there is a lock-on to the tags. You do not get that on the PC version, however, so do be aware of that if you are using manual aim. Tag number 18 is on this wall here facing the road. Pretty straightforward to see if you do decide to come down here, although quite often when you're driving through these sections it's 100 miles an hour because you're horribly lost. Tag number 17 is on this second section of houses here in this little housing project in East Los Santos on a very weird sort of hill, which is strange. Tag number 18 is on a wall in this sort of valley, undergroundy big main road that isn't really used in the game at all. So if you do decide to come down here, you will see that, but otherwise probably not. Tag number 19, I actually found this one a little bit difficult to find. It is on a brown house. The brown house is actually directly opposite where tag number 10 is, but yeah, a little bit weird to see because there's some bushes and stuff covering those up, and of course being a Vargos tag makes it harder to see. Fortunately, the next two tags though are incredibly straightforward. Tag number 20 and 21 are back to back to each other down this alleyway. So make sure to spray the Ballas tag first because the Ballas are the worst. And then of course you've got the Vargos tag there. You can spray that last because the Vargos are a bit cooler, you know? They have nicer cars. Anyways, tag number 22 is in this sort of tunnel thing near the car wash and Clucking Bell. If you've played the mission Reuniting the Families, you'll probably recognise this general area. Tag number 23, just behind that, is sort of behind this fence. It's actually not too far from tagging up turf. Tag number 6, the final one you do, is actually just above that building opposite the Clucking Bell. So a little bit of interesting, maybe grab that during that mission if you like. Tag number 24, probably the first tag you'll find if you're just playing this casually and not really looking for them, is on the base of this bridge here in Grove Street. I have no idea why Sweet has driven past that for God knows how many years and not decided to spray it himself, the lazy cunt, but there you go. Tag number 25 is on the building next to Binko. Behind it, obviously, it wouldn't be on the front of it, so just feel free to spray that. You'll probably see this during the... I forgot the name of the mission, the one where you and Ryder beat up a crack house. Tag number 26 is on the Clucking Bell, used during the mission drive-through, the fan-favourite mission drive-through. I don't know if it appears in the cutscene or not. If it does, I'm sure that annoyed some people seeing that there. Tag number 27, just down the road from there, is on this 98-cent store, which is an interesting number, and just opposite Emmett's Yard, Rolling Heights at Ballers. There you go. I'm surprised it's not the Seville families, considering they're the more... mind you, I guess they're sort of further down the street in Playa de Seville. Tag number 28 is on this sort of weird shopping complex here, which I used quite a few times during this game. There's a vending machine there as well if you want to regenerate some of your health. Tag number 29 is on the Los Santos Stadium. Not the final time we'll be seeing the Los Santos Stadium anytime soon. Yeah, basically on the polar opposite end to where the start of the 8-track mission is, which we will of course get into later. Tag number 13, Playa del Seville now, so we're moving down the map a little bit, is on the beach. It's kind of hard to see in certain lights because the Seville Boulevard families have this really opaque green which looks awful. I don't know why they don't use Grove Green, considering the families all look exactly the same, but there you go. Tag number 31 is on this blue apartment building, once again quite hard to see considering Seville is sort of a very faint green and that building is a very, very blue. Tag number 32, once again hard to see on the side of these apartment buildings. Make sure to punch any roller skater that decides to get in your way for being a complete fucking asshole. There you go. For some reason the lock-on doesn't work on that one in my experience. I think it's because it's slightly too low down on the wall, so do bear that in mind, although it is definitely possible. Tag number 33 is on the lockups used during Home Invasion. This is of course where you drop off the Boxville the final time. There's also a basketball court there if you decide to play some basketball, shoot some hoops while you're getting a tag. Tag number 34 is on this wall leading into this sort of group of electronic pylons. There we go, I can speak. Tag number 35 is on a wall opposite the freeway near the docks. On sort of this, yeah, wall. It's not a building, it's a wall. You'll see this if you drive down there enough, which I guess you don't really do all that often. Tag number 36 is in the storm drain just before it opens out into the ocean. Simply on this wall here. Apparently the ballers decided to come down here. I don't quite know how they got down here so much, considering the water is dangerously close to coming into this storm drain, but whatever, the ballers are risk takers, you know, gotta spray those tags however you can. Tag number 37 is on the first support of the Ocean Docks Bridge. There is a high chance you're going to get police attention from doing this one, so do bear that in mind. But yeah, pretty straightforward one to do at least, pretty wide open, I guess fairly visible from the ground. Tag number 38 heading out of the docks once again is on the railroad warehouse, which is visible from the freeway. Vario Los Aztecas apparently are the ones who are responsible for that tag. You get to see a bunch of random gangs. It's not just Ballers and Vargos, there's all sorts of different gangs tagging up turf around here. Tag number 39 is on some cargo crates. For some reason the docks really need to remove those cargo crates if they're getting graffiti on them, but apparently, again, bunch of lazy wankers. Tag number 40 is on the last warehouse in a row of warehouse-style buildings here in Willowfield. This one perhaps a little bit less visible, probably not one that you'd pick up in normal gameplay. It's also quite high up, which is interesting. They're not all on the same level, which, yeah, a little bit weird. Tag number 41, once again, it's time to head into the Storm Drain, although this one makes slightly more sense. Near Willowfield, just simply run over to the other side. Kilo Trade Ballers have apparently tagged this up near the railroad. There we go. I don't know what happened to the NRG motorcycle, by the way, before you ask. Apparently we're in this ZR350 now, which is perfectly fine by me because it's a cool car. Tag number 42 is on the sex shop in El Corona. Pretty straightforward, pretty noticeable building. It does also have a slam van spawn behind it later in the game, so bear that in mind. Tag number 43 is on the fence opposite Caesar's house. Or rather on, I guess it would be the fence. Is that Caesar's? No, Caesar's house is next to it. It's the house next to Caesar's house. Apparently all those gangs have been walking past that giant sign that says Kilo Trade Ballers, even though they're various lockers and techers. Speaking of which, their tag is next. It's on a house opposite Caesar's. There you go. Pretty straightforward. Again, not quite sure why the Aztecas will now put up with Grove Street making their mark on there the entire game, but that's what they'll do. Tag number 35 is opposite the tattoo shop. A little bit hard to see considering the tag is orange and that building is pretty darn orange. On the PC version, these might be easy to see, and on other versions, because the PlayStation 2 version is known for being quite orange a lot of the time, so do bear that in mind. Tag number 46 is on a house in a housing complex style thing in El Corona. Again, you'll get surrounded by Aztecas. They will shoot at you, as apparently they did to my poor ZR350 here. Tag number 47 is on this wall, and once again another sort of style shopping complex thing, and there is a nice soda machine there. Make sure to get yourself a cheeky sprunk break if you can. Tag number 48 is on this art covered wall, which makes it look really weird because the wall's quite nice, and then there's just a random tag at the end of there. Bunch of wankers. You don't even restore the community's nice wall, instead you're going to spray over it, but regardless, that's what you do. Tag number 49, once again you're heading into a storm drain. This time this one is near of the 69-cent store. Nice. Simply head over here. This is part of the storm drain used during the Just Business mission, although of course you won't be able to spray it during that mission because, well, you're too busy being chased by a bunch of people trying to kill you on bikes with sultans. Tag number 50, a little bit of an interesting one here, is on the car wash here in Idlewood. Essentially for this one, you are going to need to get yourself some leverage. So, thankfully, the developers have put this nice little Broadway here. Simply move it slightly forward so that it is parked perpendicular to this ledge. Jump onto the front of the car, jump onto the ledge, and from there you can jump onto the shop. And the tag is just behind the car wash sign. A little bit of a clever tag. I don't know why someone put so much effort to come up here and spray there, but there you go. Also make sure to get shot by ballers. Again, kind of recommend doing this before getting really into sweets missions. I would have done it differently if I was allowed to choose clothing earlier in this game than I was. Tag number 51, just down the road from the pizza stack in this sort of weird little roof slash shutter, oh sorry, roof. This sort of window slash shutter thing, sure. Tag number 52 is in an apartment complex behind the pizza stack. This is probably most famous these days for being a pivotal place during the entire game, any percent in 14 minutes or however long it is now. Skip, which I'm not that much a fan of because I don't have the patience to put up with it and do it. Tag number 53 is on a church style building here in Little Mexico. A little bit hard to see because of the colour of the building. Tag number 54 is on a warehouse opposite the Alhambra Club, which you'll see what I mean by Alhambra Club in a second. This place also becomes a little bit notable later on in the game, although we'll get to that when we get to that. Speaking of the Alhambra, and well, we are here. Tag number 55 is on the side of it, on the Alhambra Club. Not quite so hard to see. You'd figure because the club's lighting is purple it might be, but because it's so far down from the actual entrance, it's not too hard to find. Tag number 56 is on this beige building opposite the Alhambra, one that is slightly hard to see, do have to admit. And you do have to sort of figure out your bearings on this building, as apparently I did not. Los Aztecas have taken this one, which is weird, because I don't think they appear anywhere near this sort of Idlewood slash Little Mexico in the game, which is a little bit weird. Tag number 57 is in this sort of weird housing complex style thing in Idlewood. A place you probably have never been before if you play this game casually, because you essentially just do that ramp from driveway to the other side of Idlewood, and that's basically it. You don't really bother to look down here, but there is actually some houses and people and stuff, which is weird. Tag number 58, speaking of weird house-like structures, here's another house-like structure place. This is probably most notable for being the place where you start two-player in the PlayStation and Xbox versions of this game. There you go, tab number 58 is there, and you can sort of see just to the left the two-player starting location. Tag number 59 is in a carport in a house in Idlewood, baller-infested Idlewood. So prepare to see me get shot quite a lot during this part. But yeah, run over here, rolling height ballers, pretty easy tag to see once you get it. So again, some shout outs to the rolling height ballers for having a very, very bright tag, which is a bit of an issue we've had with some of the other gangs. Tag number 60 is on the hospital, which is nice, shows that the hospital's being upkept really, really very well. It's sort of in this weird little enclave section. Kilo tray ballers right there. Tag number 60 complete. Tag number 61 is on this distinctive building. I've got no idea what this is supposed to be. Maybe it's like a... I don't even want to speculate on what this building is supposed to be, but either way, I guess it may be of some religious significance. Tag number 61's in it regardless though, so whether it's religious or not, it's still disrespectful for the ballers to tag up there. Tag number 62, make sure to run a guy over as you come down towards the bar to reenact your favourite drunk drivers. Kilo tray ballers, tag number 62, again just near the bar, which is used, or not used, but you'll see it during the running dog mission for Big Smoke. Speaking of missions, tag number 63 is in this underground car park. You'll probably see this tag by accident during reuniting the families if you have nothing else to shoot at, because yeah, that's where you come down here. There's literally the only plotical device. Yeah, that's the only time the plot uses that place. I am so sorry for this commentary, but it's really hard to commentate over all of these. Tag number 64 is on the Jefferson Motel. That's pretty straightforward. Again, reuniting families. Use that, make sure to shoot a drug dealer if you can for some extra money. Tag number 65 is in an alleyway, which you probably know most of all from... oh shit, here we go again. Yeah, if you just go backwards from there, you'll see this tag as you head towards Glen Park. So, a little bit of an interesting thing there. Tag number 66 is on this diamond store here. Just behind this diamond store, or yeah, just behind from where I am currently, there is a car dealership. So yeah, that's the fence there. You climb into there, get yourself a car, I guess. If you want a car, it's only perennials and stuff, but a car's a car. Tag number 67 is down an alleyway, once again in Las Colinas. I've probably butchered the pronunciation. I literally asked the Moving Chicane, shout out to him, to tell me how to pronounce that, and yeah, I've probably been butchering it this entire time because I keep forgetting. Tag number 68 is on a set of stairs. Nothing too much to commentate over that. Yeah, just a set of stairs that you can go up afterwards. I guess it's more of a ramp because there's no real stairs there. Tag number 69, nice, is where the damn train goes through. Yeah, again, pretty straightforward, nothing to really say. In sort of Las Colinas / bordering on East Los Santos, the game can't quite decide where that is. Tag number 70, another kind of hard one to see really, is on the backside of this dirty looking house here in East Los Santos. A part of the game that never really gets used during any form of missions, which is a bit of a shame really, because it's one of the more colourful and interesting parts of Los Santos, but there we go, they decided not to use it evidently, which is a bit of a shame. Tag number 71 is down an alleyway. There's no real better way to describe it than that, other than it's in sort of the downhill part of this part of Los Santos. Yeah, if you drive slowly enough, you'll see it as I did there. I was sort of playing guesswork, as you can see, through that one. Tag number 72 is on the side of the intersection, on sort of an intersection support / part of the concrete bit underneath it. Los Santos Vargos spray over there. Tag number 72. Once you're done with that one, if you go off the intersection by falling, you can find this weird sort of structure, which reminds me of the two-player start point. Again, I think these are houses, but apartments, I got no idea. All I do know, however, is there is a tag for the ballers, which is going to be tag number 73. Yeah, not quite sure what they're supposed to be. If you live in America, let us know, because you probably have a better idea. Tag number 74 is underneath the bridge in Glen Park. I apparently struggled to see this one because I thought it was in the little pedestrian walkways, but it actually isn't. It's on the secondary pedestrian walkway going around the little sort of lake water feature. I got no idea anymore. Tag number 74, they're done. Tag number 75 is on the side of some shops near Glen Park. So make sure to get that one. You'll maybe see this, considering Glen Park features in a fair few missions in the game. You might end up catching this one by accident. There's quite a few of these that you'll sort of see casually, and then a few others that you really do have to go out of your way to notice. I guess that was sort of the point of them. Tag number 76 is in the skate park near where the BMX required for the BMX side mission is, sort of on this back wall here. Kilo tray ballers, spray over that. Make sure to get shot by the ballers as you come out of here, as you inevitably will. Tag number 77 is on the side of this sort of lovely, nice little downtown complex. It's a bit weird that this place is next door to the skate park, considering how sort of nice and modern this looks, but it is. And once again, is an Aztecas sign, which is, again, weird, because the Aztecas don't really come that far out of their own territory in this game. They sort of stick to El Corona, and that's about it. Speaking of nice little buildings, the tag number 78 is on these office blocks here towards downtown Kilo Tray Ballers. Again, sort of pretty close to the slum part of the town, which is weird. Tag number 79 is on this brick-laden building. A little bit hard to see. I actually had a lot of trouble finding this one first time around, trying to figure out what building looked like this, but it's pretty much straight off the road. Once you know where it is, you're pretty straightforward. So, tag number 80, once again, sort of downtown area, and more towards the intersection, next to some bins, you'll find a Kilo Tray Ballers tag, which is pretty ironic considering it's next to some bins, because that's where the ballers belong. The binlers, I don't know. Tag number 81 is on an orange building downtown, near the trans fender place, so, yeah. I'm sorry, there's not really much to say about these, it's just to give you a general description of where they are. Tag number 82 is on a building visible from the main road of Vinewood. Probably not a main road you'd go down particularly often, but it is there, and you'll most definitely get police attention in this one because there's a lot of police officers around there. Tag number 83 is on a building opposite the Vinewood Stars. You sort of go to there and you'll see this ballers tag sticking out like a sore thumb right there, which is a little bit weird that there'd be sort of gang activity around there. You figured it'd be a more high class part of Los Santos, but not so much. Tag number 84, you require a car for this one. Although I guess you could jump up here if you have CJ with enough stamina. Simply climb up the car, climb up here, and on this sort of second story is a ballers tag. Slightly well hidden. You might even notice that one casually, but not really know how to get to it. But yeah, requires a car. Tag number 85, once again near a hospital. It's sort of in this weird underground part of this building, I guess. You know, these weird structures. I don't know what these are. Yeah, I guess they're like office blocks or something, but either way, tag number 85 is on there. Tag number 86, funnily enough, is on a police station here in Commerce. A little bit hard to see, I guess, because it is Kilo Trays, but yeah, it's there. So bear that in mind. I guess apparently I just stood here after that. I've got nothing more to describe. Tag number 87 is on the side of City Hall, which is just down the road from the police station and opposite that weird sort of park-like urban park thing with walls and stuff. Kind of looks like that place from GTA 5 where you shoot a bunch of aliens, so it's probably a real thing in Los Angeles. Tag number 88 is on the opposite side to Robbie's Food Mart, which is a place where you can get money from, protection racket. It's on the side of a film sort of theatre. I know words, I know how to describe things, I just don't know how to describe things to you now. Tag number 89 is near a door on the second floor of this white building. Sort of near these no entrance, probably an electrical thing or something. Again, I've got no idea what those buildings are supposed to be. Tag number 90 is on top of a building in Market. Once again, use a car to line yourself up, climb up one of these air conditioning vents, and then across to there and Temple Tribe Ballers. Ballers apparently a lot more athletic than the Vargos in terms of getting their names out there. They really want to stick tags in places where no one else would stick tags. Tag number 91 is on the jetty near the beach. There is a vortex spawn here later in the game, but at this point it's just sort of a peasanty little jetter which just sits there. So yeah, there you go. Tag number 91. Boom. Tag number 92, once again going into the higher class places of Los Santos in Rodeo. There's sort of a billboard and I guess like a car park where you can park here and not get charged for it, although it seems like a really sketchy place to leave your car. Tag number 92 is there regardless though, probably lending to the sketchiness. Tag number 93 is on the Vinyl Countdown in Rodeo / Richmond, because it's sort of bordering on those areas. So they go just down the road from the Grotti dealership, which has no Grotti cars whatsoever. Speaking of Grotti cars, apparently I managed to find myself a cheetah at this point, which was quite cool. Tag number 94 is on a building right at the end of the pier, which is, the only time you'll really see or use the pier all that much. It's an ending point for a race once, but that's really it. The pier. Actually no, tell a lie. There's another mission with the pier later on. Tag number 95 is behind the paint spray near some stairs. I didn't finish spraying it. I think if you half spray something and then walk away, you come back and it isn't sprayed. I never really tested that, but I'm imagining that's what happens. Tag number 96 is on a shop near a smaller pier, not quite the big pier, just sort of a little pier. The pier that you're supposed to use during management issues, but of course we didn't. Tag number 97 is on the side of a shop just off the airport highway tunnel. Yeah, pretty straightforward. Again, that's another one which you'll probably see casually, because it does stick out like a sore thumb. One that you'll definitely not see casually though, unless you decide to come all the way up here, is tag number 98, which is on top of the observatory. A building which unfortunately doesn't see all that much use in this game. They may as well have done what they did with GTA 3 and just dump it on the top of a hill and make you think, wow, I wonder what's up there, instead of in San Andreas where you can actually go visit the observatory and you go, wow, there's nothing here, what did I expect? Either way, there's a tag up there, so I mean, I guess your sort of journey is not entirely in vain. Tag number 99 is on a building in the airport. Welcome to Los Santos, Kilo Tray Ballers. Even though, again, the Aztecas roam this area more than the Ballers do, so I got no idea. Tag number 100 is above the freeway on the east side, the final tag. It makes sense that we have to do it on the airport. Makes you want to catch a plane all the way back to Liberty City. All this tag nonsense, but either way, as you can see, I managed to get my cheetah stuck up here, and that's essentially where the cheetah stayed. So ripping cheetah, but fortunately, there you go. Rolling Heights Ballers, tag number 100, all tags sprayed, and you get to hear the nice little mission pass jingle. Although you don't get any cash for actually doing it. So what do you get for completing 100 tags overall? Well, inside of the Johnson house, which I've now returned to, on a bike. I left on a bike, but it was a slightly nicer bike. Either way, once you return to the Johnson house and go to the kitchen, you will find weapons, which of course you've been seeing during this playthrough, basically. As you can see, from left to right, there is an AK-47, a Tech 9, which are both very useful, sawed-off shotgun, not so useful, and Molotov cocktails, which I guess are kind of fun more than anything else, but yeah, not too particularly interesting. And also, Grove Street members that actually have weapons are now armed with better weapons. So they get MP5s, which as you can see here, is this guy makes a police officer run off scared. They get knives, which you'll see pretty common, and also Desert Eagles, which I tried roaming around Grove Street for about 15-20 minutes to find a gang member with a Desert Eagle, and I couldn't find one, so yeah. Excuse me, MP5s and knives are probably what you're going to see more than often, but either way, it's a little bit better than the standard 9mm pistol in just a few gang members' hands. Although if you do end up recruiting non-armed gang members, they'll just spawn with the typical usual pistol. Anyways, that is it for this episode of Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. Do hope you've enjoyed. I apologise for my rambling commentary during this, but it is kind of hard to commentate 100 tags because there's not really much to say after a bit other than saying where they are. Next time, we're going to aim to be just as rambly as we take a look at oysters. So join us for that. Until then, farewell.
Uptown, downtown, speeding all around. The naked 47 got the power and it's bound to move any mother that gets in my way. Just another power machine on the freeway. Riding with me, there's my MC homeboy. Knowing the rules ain't part of his program. Finding the right way around this map might be pretty hard cause he's fucked on crack. G, Grand Theft Auto.